Hello and welcome. So in this episode of my Smokey Test Lab series, I'll be looking into double XP weekend and how it is essentially 10 to 50 times summoning XP. So first off, the basics, what does it mean for double XP? So to keep it simple, it's where you use 1 hour of work to get 2 hours of work. Pretty straightforward right there. So now on to charm collecting. Charm collecting is the bulk of what you'll spend your time doing to train summoning. About 91% is charm collecting, and about 9% is actually training the skill by using charms. Now, this percentage may vary depending on your charm rates per hour. Most people can do 10 to 100 crimsons per hour. It really depends on your combat stats, and some can do 250 crimsons per hour. That's more high level stuff, either at water fiends with a combat familiar or barraging rock lobsters. But for the sake of this example, I'll just go with the rate of 200 crimsons per hour. Now that we've come up with a charm rate per hour, there are two main methods of training summoning. There's the kayak method using about 2k charms per hour, and then there's the method in Taverly that uses 10k charms per hour, but at a big loss in cash because you sell your secondary and pouches to the shop and buy back the secondaries. So you lose quite a bit of money doing that, but it's a whole lot quicker. So now that we've established charms per hour, onto the analysis. So say for example you gather charms before double XP weekend. At 200 charms per hour, it would take you about 10 hours to get 2,000 charms. Now bonus weekend comes around, you use the 2k charms for using the kayak method. You spend about 1 hour of double XP to use your charms. And since it's double XP weekend, you get 4k charms worth of XP. Now, that extra 2k charms worth of XP would have taken 10 hours to gather. So, in that 1 hour of using charms during bonus XP weekend, you actually save 10 hours of charm collecting. And this is where the 10x summoning XP comes in. It comes from the time saved from having to collect those charms. Now, the 50x summoning XP comes from the Taverly method, which is 5 times faster than the kayak method. But this kind of assumes that you have enough charms to use throughout the entire weekend. This method is not really viable unless one of three things. First, gold charms are well worth it here since the pouches are pretty cheap, as well as the secondary. So when using your gold charms, I would recommend using it here at Taverly. Second, if you would still have charms left over by the end of the weekend if you were using the kayak method, you would maybe want to consider using it at the obelisk at Taverly because you want to use up all your charms before the end of the weekend. So this might be hard to understand. So for example, if you only have 10 hours to play during the bonus XP weekend, and if you have 20k or more charms, 10 times 2k charms per hour, then it would be worth considering using it here because you want to use all your charms before the end of the weekend. And the third reason is to consider using is it kind of depends on your level because it depends on what pouch and how much cash per hour you can make. But at a random guess, I would say if you made more than 7 mil per hour, it would probably be worth doing it here. So as a quick recap, for those who found this kind of confusing, the 10x summoning XP is from the time saved from charm collecting. The 50x summoning XP is the same thing as I said earlier, but this kind of assumes that you're using the Taverly method and that you have enough charms to use throughout the entire weekend that you'll be playing. And this is the reason why after the first bonus XP weekend, double summoning XP was disabled. Summoning with bonus XP is really not balanced at all because this is easily 10 to 50 times X summoning XP. Now there are reasons why people would like or hate this, but I'll save that for a different video. So since summoning on double XP weekend is basically 10x summoning XP or even more, I would advise using all your charms before the end of the weekend. The price may seem high, but it'll save you time down the line. So this concludes this episode of my Smokey Test Lab series. So thank you very much for watching and have a nice day.